Hey guys, Dave here from Guitar Zero to Hero, and in this video I'm going to be doing a full comparison and review of 3 of the best acoustic guitars that you can buy for under $200 US. Now perhaps you've just recently decided to start learning how to play the guitar and you found one lying in your basement and you decided to give it a shot. But you know what, chances are that that old guitar is beat up, it's missing 3 strings, it has action from here to the moon, and it probably sounds more like a cardboard box with rubber bands than an actual instrument. Now, honestly, learning how to play the guitar is such a more pleasant experience when you have a decent instrument to play and learn on. And luckily, to get a decent instrument, you don't need to spend a whole fortune. Some people might start learning to play the guitar to then realize 3 months later that it's not really for them. So instead of going overboard and spending a whole bunch of money on a guitar that you might not use in 1 year, it's wiser to start with an entry-level model, see how you go, and if you fall in love with playing the guitar, then you can look at upgrading in the future as you grow as a musician. So the 3 guitars that I'm going to show you today are not only my personal choices for the best bang for your buck, but they're all highly reviewed and recommended by other sources too. Now I'll start by running through what you get with each guitar, my personal thoughts on the guitar, and then of course I'll do a side-by-side sound demonstration of each guitar so you can hear exactly how they sound. Let's start off with the first guitar here, which is the Fender CD60S. Now this guitar comes in a starter pack with additional accessories, but first off let's talk about the guitar itself. So it's a full dreadnought size shape with a solid spruce top and mahogany back and sides. We have a 25.3 inch scale length, a 1 11/16 inch nut width, and the guitar comes with Fender's own Duratone strings. Now I truly enjoy the feel of this guitar. Now, I'm not usually one for gloss finishes, but actually I quite enjoyed the way this guitar felt on the lap. And in terms of sound, to my ear, it's quite an all-rounder. You get crisp sounding chords, and the finger picking sounds great on this as well. Out of the box, the setup was actually pretty good. Now, when it comes to fretboard playability, although I enjoyed the shape of the neck, the thing that always gets me about gloss finishes is the feel of the neck. I always feel like there's a bit more friction than there needs to be, especially compared to guitars with satin finishes. So to me, I guess the only way I can describe gloss finishes is it feels a little sticky to my hand, but I know some people actually really like that feel. So it is up to personal preference. Personally, gloss finishes don't really do it for me, but despite that, I feel like this is a really, really good guitar for this price point. So for $199, you get the guitar, you get a gig bag, a strap, a pack of strings, and some picks, and also 3 months subscription to Fender Play, which is a really good learning platform. So they've done a really good job here putting together a really affordable pack that really gets you started playing guitar, because it gives you the lessons, it gives you an extra pack of strings in case you break a string, you got the picks, you got the strap. So most things you need to get started. Now it's a solid pack, but I will say that the gig bag perhaps isn't the best quality gig bag going around. It feels more like a raincoat to me, or a dust protector, than an actual gig bag. To me, a decent soft case gig bag needs to actually have padding in it, which the Fender one doesn't, but you know, not the end of the world. You're still getting quite a lot of value from that pack. I would say out of the included accessories, the Fender Play lessons are probably the biggest highlight here. Next up, we have the YAMAHA FG800. And this is one of the best-selling guitars in the world, and for good reason. It's extremely affordable and sounds a lot more expensive than it is. Now, this particular model comes in a wide range of colors and finishes. This one's a natural wood with a matte finish. In terms of body shape, it's a full dreadnought size shape with a 25.6 inch scale length, and we've got 1 11/16 inch nut width. Solid spruce top again. And they have NATO back and sides. So it's NATO is a wood that's similar to mahogany. Now out of the box, I love the matte finish on this. I love how it feels, but as you can see here, there are a few blemishes in the the wood grain and the finishing. But I mean, that's kind of to be expected with a guitar at this sort of price point. They're not choosing the best wood cuts as possible. They're just kind of pumping them out. But despite that, really good guitar. And as I said, it's probably what you'd expect in terms of finishing on a guitar at this price point. Now, the neck on this is slightly thinner than the neck on the other two, which for some people might be more comfortable. I know some people like more of the rounded neck, but this one's just the slightest bit thinner. Now, in terms of tone, you can't complain at all. This is an incredibly balanced guitar, and strummed, it sounds really nice. The guitar almost sparkles. As I said, it sounds like a much more expensive guitar than it actually is. So, you know, it's no surprise why this is one of the best-selling guitars in the world. Now, the FG800 is often sold by itself for $199 US. The FG800 and the Fender CD60S are two of the best-selling guitars on Sweetwater at this price point. I know in Australia though, you can, and I picked this one up in a gig pack. So the Gig Maker pack comes with the FG800. It comes with the soft case. Again, it's not the best quality soft case. It's quite thin. And it also comes with a digital tuner. So in terms of accessories, not as good as the accessories you get with the Fender pack, but really the guitar here is what shines. So the gig pack really isn't that essential. Just a note though, if you do find the Gig Maker pack, just make sure it's the one that has the FG800 model in it. I know Yamaha make Gig Maker packs with their other lower end models, and although those are great guitars as well, I really think the FG800 stands above them. So it's definitely worth it. Now, finally, we have the Orangewood Austen from the Overland collection. Now, this guitar is stunning for its price range, and it just looks beautiful, as you can see. So the design on this is beautiful. There's a lot of attention to detail, and I absolutely love the inlay there. It just looks like a really nice, beautiful guitar. So overall, they've done a really great job with the aesthetics of this guitar, in my opinion. Now, this particular model is a solid spruce top, and it's got layered mahogany back and sides. It's got a 25.5 inch scale length and a 1 3/4 inch nut width, and it comes with Ernie Ball earthwood strings. Now, in terms of playability, I'd say this one's got the smoothest and most comfortable neck out of the box. I'd say it's probably got the least amount of friction when it comes to moving up and down the fretboard. It is a little wider than the neck on the Yamaha FG800, but some people like that more rounded neck. Now, tonally, I think this guitar is more suited towards fingerpicking than strumming, but strummed, it still does sound quite decent for its price point, so no complaints there. Now, like most entry-level guitars, Orangewoods are made overseas. However, they do get shipped to the headquarters in Los Angeles, California, and the team there in their workshop then perform a full setup on every single guitar before shipping it directly to the customer. So you can't actually buy Orangewoods at guitar stores. They cut out the middleman, they sell direct to the consumer, and they make sure that they set up every single one before they sell it to you. So what you do get is a freshly set up guitar when you order one, which is awesome. And it's quite important to have a well set up guitar when you're starting to learn how to play guitar. And you don't want a guitar with super high action. That just makes it harder to play. Now, these two other guitars are set up overseas, and then they get shipped by air or sea to the respective local dealer in whatever country it is, and then they sell it to you. So when you open it up the first time, it's very unlikely that it's been touched since it's come out of the factory. Having said that, the setup in these two guitars is really good as well. So I had no complaints about those setups, but I think there's a slight advantage in knowing that, the Orangewood guitars are set up locally if you live in the United States. So for $195, you get the guitar, you get a soft padded gig bag, and an optional scratch plate. Now, the soft gig bag that comes with the Orangewood is head and shoulders above the gig bags that you get with these two guitars. First off, it's actually padded. So the gig bag actually retains its shape. It's padded so that if you knock the guitar around, it's actually going to be protected. It's got better quality zips as well. It's got padded backpack straps. So overall, it's a better gig bag than the ones that you get with these two guitars. So those are the only accessories you get with this Orangewood Austen, but for an extra $20, you can pick up their accessories pack, which comes with picks, a guitar strap, a capo. Capos are really important in my opinion when starting out. It comes with a string winder, a clip-on tuner, and a chord chart. So the accessories pack I would highly recommend if you were to pick up an Orangewood guitar. Now note that all of these guitars don't have any electronics, so they can't be plugged into an amp or a PA system. But honestly, as a beginner, you wouldn't really be doing that much anyway. As I said, these models are really just amazing for getting to know the instrument, building up your skills and honing your craft before eventually perhaps upgrading to something more special down the line. So now let's actually hear how all three guitars sound in action in a side-by-side comparison test. Now, at the end of the day, any three of these guitars that you choose will be a great choice if you're a beginner or you're looking for a decent sounding guitar on a tight budget. The guitar itself doesn't make you a guitar player. I could give any one of these three guitars to John Mayer and he could make it sound like $1 million. What will make you a better player though is if you put in the long-term consistent practice, make guitar playing a habit and a fun routine, and I guarantee you'll get results and you'll be able to make any guitar sound great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on my top 3 picks of the best acoustic guitars under $200. If you have any questions about these guitars, leave them in the comments below. I'll also leave a link to all of these guitars in the description so you can check them out for yourself. If you've enjoyed this video, then be sure to hit that like button and hit subscribe. Thanks so much guys, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.